I thought you were at least third or maybe fourth graders, and I guess you are practically third graders because the school year is almost over, right? So I am so glad that you have come down to the library today to see us because I am Miss Lisa, and this is...
I'm Miss Kelly.
Yes,
and I'm Miss Leanne.
And we are here from the Post Road Library, and a lot of you already told me that you have been... Raise your hand one more time if you've been to the Post Road Library. This is like a majority. That's awesome, you guys. Well, if you haven't been to the Post Road Library, it is like 2 miles up the road that way. It is so close. You can drive. You can practically walk there. Don't walk by yourselves, but you can practically walk up to the library if you wanted to. And we are here today, though. Although we are Miss Lisa, Miss Kelly, Miss Leanne, we today are going to be Dr. Reed,
Miss Fizz,
and Dr. Kaboom.
Because today we want to tell you about the Summer Reading Club at the library, and this year it's all about science. The theme is Fizz,
Boom,
Read.
Yay! Anyways, we are going to combine science and fun at the library this summer. And so what we have today are some science experiments. We have a puppet show. We have a super fun game show that we're all going to play. And the reason we are doing these things is to give you just a teeny tiny taste of all the awesomeness that we have for y'all at the library this summer. So I think to get us started, we have Dr. Kaboom.
Yes, I want to share with you guys something that I've been working on in my lab all week long. You want to see it? It's my science project.
Let's see it.
You ready?
Okay.
We're ready.
All right, on the count of 3.
1, 2, 3.
Ta-da!
Oh, that's a Plinko game.
Yeah, it's a Plinko game. It's like my amazing Plinko board of wonder. And it's very, very scientific.
Really?
Do you guys believe that? Is it scientific?
You sure? Okay. All right. Let me just tell you here. I've got my notes. You ready?
Ready.
This amazing Plinko board of wonder combines Newton's law of gravity.
Okay, that's scientific. That's scientific.
With the mathematical concept of binomial distribution. Anybody know what that is?
No.
And linear combinations of random variables.
Whoa.
Doesn't that sound scientific?
I thought Plinko was just a fun game.
Well, it is fun, but what we're doing is we're doing fun and science together at the library all summer long. So that makes sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So do you want to know how it works?
Yes.
Okay.
How does it work?
Let me show you here. Wait. Let me see if I can Here it is. Oh, yes. You take this cerulean spherical object.
The blue disc.
Yes, it's a blue disc. Yes. Okay. All right. Now, you drop it through the alternating forces of resistance.
The wooden pegs.
Yes, the wooden pegs. Yes, okay. Now, the energy created forces the spheres to randomly propel downwards through gravitational pull. Remember Newton's law of gravity. Okay. Into one of the preset equidistant compartments at the bottom.
The slots.
Yes, the slots. See, science, right?
So, then what?
Okay, so when it goes down there into those slots, okay, so then we will ask a question, a scientific question.
Okay.
Like from this very scientific book that I got at the library.
Science
Joke book.
It's a science joke book, though. Okay?
Okay.
So I'll ask you a question, a scientific question, and then you might get a prize. Right. So, should I ask? Are you guys ready?
Yes, let's play.
Wait. Let me tell you what the prize is.
Okay.
Okay, so the prize could be.
Awesome.
Now, would you guys like me to explain the scientific properties of a blow pop?
I just want to eat the blow pop.
Okay, so do I have a, should I get a contestant?
Sure. All right. Let's try to get anybody want to come up to try our Plinko Board of Wonder. Okay. Let's see. How about the young lady right here? Would you like to?
Are you ready for your cerulean sphere?
The blue disc. To number one.
Okay, now this question is going to be about one of our themes, now all summer long we're going to have themes at the library. One of our themes is backyard naturalist.
My
All
favorite.
right? And you know what? Dr. Reed over there, she's going to have those people that come to that program dissect owl pellets.
Do you know what owl pellets are?
Ow!
What is it now?
Owl poop.
It's owl vomit. It's and they've got bones and all kinds of cool stuff in them, so you can see what the owls ate and what they ate. They clean them up so they're not stinky or anything. But that's what we're going to do about it. It doesn't smell either. They disinfect them. So they're like little poles of pellets with bones.
That's really hard. So are you ready to test it for your first question?
Yes.
Okay, here we go. Knock, knock.
Who's Dale?
Owls.
Owls who?
Of course, owls who? That's right. You're right. Owls who?
All right. How about this young man in glasses?
All right, you ready for your cerulean sphere? Drop it down. Let's see.
What's the number 3 question?
Okay. All right. One of our other themes is going to be all about weather. Do you guys like to learn about weather? Yeah. So we're going to do some fun things, some fun experiments. We're going to make a cloud come out of a bottle. Doesn't that sound cool? All right. So here's your weather question. Are you ready? What is a tornado's favorite game?
Does anybody think they know?
Or
Yeah, well, ask your contestants out
See
there.
if
See if
they
anybody
have.
else knows.
Michelle.
Around the world?
That's a good guess. All right. Try again. Anybody else? Anybody else?
Throwing houses.
Very close.
Good. All right. What did you try?
Twister. My amazing Plinko Board of Wonder, my scientific project here is going to be at the library all summer long. So if you come to our programs, we're going to have fun games for you to do with our Plinko board.
And June 2nd, Monday, June 2nd, is going to be our Mad Scientist Carnival at the library. So if you haven't had a chance to come sign up for summer reading, you can come on June 2nd. We've got a guy who's coming who's got Todd Key's Flying Debris. It's a juggling show. He's going to throw, he has fire in the show that I saw. I don't know if he's going to bring fire and juggling to the library or not, but super cool juggling. The Plinko board will be there. We're going to have a magician and balloon art and all kinds of really cool things that day too. June 2nd, so you can come that day. Yes, sir.
I don't know.
You know what? Okay. All right. So the next thing that we are going to do is we are going to play the Sink or Float game show, and I think your teacher should be one of our contestants. So why don't you come up here? Are these some other contestants for the game show? Let's see. How about in the purple right here, and young man in the orange over here? Come on up here. All right. All right, so here is how we are going to play the Sink or Float game show. I have a large bucket of H2O, what is that? Water, that's right. And we are going to find out if some very cool objects I have in my bag will sink, or flip your piece of paper over, float. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, if you think it's going to sink, you can hold up your card that says sink, and if you think it's going to float, you can flip it over and say float. All right, we're going to start off with an easy one here for our Sink or Float game show. Anybody ever played with a dog in the lake? Everybody? Yeah.
Yes.
All right, so what do you think about a tennis ball? Sink or float? What do you guys think? Let's see. Float, float. This is a pretty easy one. You're absolutely right. It's totally going to float. That's right. It floats in the pool. That's right. All right. So how about same color, a little bit bigger, a little bit heavier? We've got a softball here. Sink. All right. Sink, sink. Everybody's saying it's going to sink. Let's have our softball. All right. Raise your hand for float. Who says float? I see some float. Okay. I'll go for float. Who thinks it's going to sink? I got some sinks here. All right. Let's see what happens. All right, okay. So we got one more ball. Again, it's a baseball, a little bit heavier too, a bit denser, but we think it's gonna sink. All right. Sink and float and
Sing. Float.
think float.
Sing. Float. Sing. Float.
We're going float. Check it out, guys. Anybody ever played bobbing for apples? So what are the apples doing when you bob for the apples? The apple float. That's nice. Now, I've got one more. How about an orange? What do you think about it? Sing. All right, got it. A sing. It is an orange. It is. Check this out. Oh, he says, I still sing? Okay, check this out, you guys. What the science is behind an orange floating, this is really cool. Think about how an orange peel feels, how it's kind of spongy. It's full of teeny tiny little air bubbles. So the orange floats with a peel on, but do you know if you peeled the skin off of your orange and dropped it back in, just the fruit, sink right to the bottom because it's that orange peel with all the bubbles. It's almost like styrofoam floating there. We're not going to peel that one. You guys try it at home. Totally try it at home. Yeah. You can see what other fruits and vegetables sink or float like grapes or a banana. I don't know. You think a grape? All right. Okay. How about this is another one. I think this would be pretty easy. A can.
Wait, does it have stuff in it?
Let's see what happens.
Yes.
Yeah. Nicely done, you guys. Great. You know that.
Oh, I said
All right. We've got a can of that. What about a can of Coca-Cola? Oh, they said it's got carbon dioxide. That's a really good compliment. All right, let's see what's going to happen. It does that mean it's carbonated. Let's see what happens. Sing! Okay. But here's the question. That's a can of regular Coca-Cola. It is caffeine-free, but regular Coke. What about a can of Diet Coca-Cola?
It's gonna
Think float? Okay, all right. Let's see what's going to happen with it.
You should put it on top of it.
Let's see what happens. And do you want to know the science behind that? You guys are going to be shocked. Yes? Okay, a regular can of Coke, you're going to be horrified. The regular can of Coke, you know, your moms are always like, you don't need the sugar. It's full of sugar, and that makes it heavy, so it sinks to the bottom. The Diet Coke has aspartame in it. It doesn't have real sugar, real sweeteners in it, and so it's light, and that's why it still floats. Isn't that crazy? It's so heavy because of the sugar that it sinks to the bottom. All right, I've got one more thing in here, you guys. It's ginormous. You have to tell me what you think. Giant bowling pin! I have to tell you, I read that it would float. My husband loves to bowl. Mr. Dr. Reed loves to bowl. So I didn't believe that this thing was going to float. When I read online, they said a bowling pin will float. I was like, no way. This thing feels
Yes,
so heavy.
that's
It is so heavy. There's no way. But in the way that a giant ship like the Titanic could float, which then I know it's super heavy. It's heavy. You really think it's going to float? We can all test it out afterwards too. All right. You think? I'll let you guys all try it. Let's see. So what do you think? Pretty heavy. I'll let everybody try it at the very end, okay? All right, guys. So what do we think now that we felt it? How heavy it is? All right. Let's check it out and see. Let's put it in our bucket of water and. Wow! I couldn't believe it. So, anyways, y'all were amazing contestants. Let's give our studio audience and our contestants and the guys very, very good. There you go. That's our super low game show. So, I'm really surprised that he's still loading. Here you go. Well, y'all, the reason that we are here today showing you these cool experiments and our Bingo Board of Wonder and all of the fun things we're going to be doing in the library is because we have an amazing summer reading club put together. But afterwards, we're talk first, and then we're going to do the puppet show next. I got somewhere in the middle I have to get the information in, you know, I got to talk. So, the first thing you're probably wondering is, when can you come and sign up for all this coolness? Okay, so we were talking earlier about just 5 more days till the end of school. What's up, June 2nd? No, May 23rd. May 23rd is your last day of school.
June 2nd is when we're having the big carnival.
That's right, big carnival on June 2nd. But the first day you could sign up for summer reading if you wanted to.
It's the last day.
The last day of school. That's right. Did you guys, everybody say that with me? The first day you can sign up is the last day of school. Now, come to school on the last day. But as soon as you get off the bus or you get home to your moms and dads, you need to say, guys, take me up to the Post Road Library. Now, again, where's the Post Road Library? Is it super far away?
Two miles that way.
The road that way.
It's near
so
Midway.
Close. That's right. It is right. It's right across from the Midway. If you guys swim over there, play ball over at the fields, we're like right across the street. Yep, the baseball field. Softball, absolutely, right.
Soccer?
Yep, soccer. Do you play soccer over there at Midway? There's so many cool things there. And there's a smoothie place, too. I kind of like this one. The guys, so the first day you can sign up is the last day of school, so that's very, very easy to remember. Now, if you don't make it in on May 23rd, you can still sign up after that too, but if you want to make sure you don't miss out on any of the awesomeness, that's the first day that you can sign up. Let's see, what else do we want them to know?
What do you have to do? Now, what do you have to do for the summer reading club?
What do you
Like,
have to do?
how many books do you have to read?
All right, so next summer, or this summer, you get to choose how many books you want to read. Only you know how many books you can read, how busy your schedule's going to be. Maybe you're going on vacation to Antarctica and it's going to be very hard to read because it's dark. I don't know. But you can pick however many books that you want to read this summer and set your goal. So if you want to do like, oh, I want to read 2 or 3 books, you can make that your goal. Or if you want to really challenge yourself and read 50 or 80 or 100 books, you could do that also. So you get to pick your goal, which is really cool. Nobody's going to tell you how many books you have to read. And do you think you get anything if you meet your goal?
What do you get if you meet your goal?
Oh my goodness, let me tell you, you get a prize. That's right. That's right. Have you done this before? She's done the reading club before. She knows how it works. All right, we will have a giant cart full of brand new books, and not books. That's right, and you get to pick one. And do you have to give it back to the library? No, you get to keep it forever, right? Do you still have your book you got from summer reading? Oh, she still has it. Yay! That makes me so happy. So you guys get to come in and pick a really cool brand new book off of our cart of books. And at the very end of the summer, if you meet your summer reading club goals, then you get to have an ice cream party with us also, with all sorts of sprinkles and delicious fudge sauces and wonderful things to add to it too. So that's the basic reading club, but we are also going to have magicians and musicians and jugglers, and Queen Glitter is coming in. And like I said on the announcements this morning, anybody like Let It Go? Let It Go. That's right. We're going to have a Frozen party. You can wear a costume. We're going to have snacks and show the movie, and you can sing along. And what about, let's see, do you guys know Roderick and Manny? What is that? Diary of a Kid. That's right. We're going to have a Diary of a Kid party this summer. We're not going to show the movie this summer, but we're going to do like all kinds of cool, like the cheese touch game. We're going to have a giant cheese touch game that you can come and play. So all kinds of really fun activities. And every week, if you guys like doing science experiments like this, every single week we're going to have a different science experiment day. And y'all are the perfect age. It's for kids going into 3rd grade, all the way up to 5th graders. So you guys can come in once a week. We've got Backyard Naturalist, where we're going to do those really cool owl pellets. We've got weather. We have one called Sensational. So we're going to talk about the senses, tasting, hearing, touching, all kinds of different things. So you guys could totally come in and do these awesome science experiments with us too. And then of course, we have the puppet show. So you guys ready for the puppet show? Yeah! Okay, so give us 1 second, we'll get everything ready, and we'll start with the puppet show.
Holy chocolate web, look. That has to do with some of the puppets. Right there. My hands are set down. Watch out, web.
It's right there. Look.
Mouth Frog, a puppet show based on the book by Teresa Fabian. There once was a frog who lived in the backyard on a log. He was very proud and not very wise, and on this particular day, he was in for a surprise.
I'm a wide-mouthed frog, and I live on a log. I just caught the world's largest fly. If you can top that, go ahead and try.
So off he went around the backyard in a search of someone he could brag to. and he heard a rustling in the grass covered in morning dew. He jumped right over and landed on his feet and said to the creature,
Who are you and what do you eat? I'm a wide-mouthed frog and I live on a log. I caught the world's largest fly. If you can top that, go ahead and try.
I am a chipmunk. I eat nuts and seeds. Acorns are my favorite and suit my needs. I wouldn't eat flies, big ones or small. No, flies don't interest me at all.
The frog continued on in the direction of the house, and there he found a little white mouse. He hopped right over and landed on his feet and said to the creature,
Who are you and what do you eat? I'm a wide-mouthed frog and I live on a log. I caught the world's largest fly. If you can top that, go ahead and try.
I'm a mouse, and I eat fruit and cheese. Cheddar's my favorite, if you please. I tried flies once, if I recall. Now flies don't interest me at all.
The frog explored the yard and found a tree stump. Then all of a sudden he heard a thump, thump, thump. He leaped right over and landed on his feet and said to the creature,
Who are you and what do you eat? I'm a wide-mouthed frog and I live on a log. I caught the world's largest fly. If you can top that, go ahead and try.